Hey there everyone, welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here, and today I thought we would take a look at some specific messages from Spirit that you may need to hear at this time. Now this reading is timeless, meaning no matter when you might come across this message and it resonates with you, it is for you. This is for all the star signs, all the zodiac signs, everybody at the collective, if you will. So if you come across it, it is about the energy and it is for you. All right. As a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody. So please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, so I did get 5 new decks in the mail over the weekend, so you may be seeing some of those come through on the channel here shortly. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We're going to take the top card and we're going to take the bottom card. This, of course, is one of the new decks, and we're taking a look at messages, specific messages that need to come through for you from Spirit, or Spirit messages. So let's see what else the tarot would like to add. We're actually going to get these two. Look at, they're both blues, so that's interesting. Might be some emotion or emotional things coming up. Emotional things can be positive and negative, both sides, or what we might consider positive and or negative. We can cry when we're sad, and we can cry when we're happy. So that doesn't always mean, oh my goodness, jumping cards, so many cards. Goodness gracious. All right, let's go ahead and see what we have here. Wow, all right. And at the bottom of the deck, you have the Emperor. So interesting. So these are specific messages that Spirit would like you to know right now. Actually, we're going to put the Emperor over there. That's where it says it needs to be. So you have light. Starting out the reading with light. Imagine yourself as being composed of energy and light, because in reality, that's precisely what you are. You are a powerful being, and people are attracted to your brilliance. That's one of my favorite words. You might notice that I use the word brilliance often on the channel, and I'm so excited that it's coming through in this reading for you. This is a time to remember how vibrant you truly are, that you are made of light here. Look at, you are a light being. You are this beautiful beacon of light for others. So Spirit really wants you to remember just how powerful, just how brilliant, just how amazing you are. We can lose sight of ourselves. We can lose sight of how amazing we are. But Spirit is bringing through in this very specific message for you here to remember your brilliance, to remember that you are a being of light, a being of light. That light always shines to you, through you, and all around you. That there is always this beautiful, beautiful energy emanating from you. Remember that. Remember that. Even when times feel a little bit dark or a little bit difficult, remember that light that is always shining through you, that light that is always coming in to you. Remember how amazing you are. Don't let anything distract you from your brilliance. Don't let anything take away how important you are. Don't let anything or anybody or any situation or any event make you feel less than, because you're not. You are a being of light. You are light. You are the light shining out into the world. We all are individually, and when we remember just how bright we are, just how vibrant we can be, just how brilliant we are, we truly can create massive change within our own world, and we can assist with that change in the world around us. All right, now with that, you have the world. Oh, look at that. So you've got that world coming in here. So for some of you, there is this energy of really being in the space of stepping out of an old something, showing that gratitude and moving into something new. It's like this completion, going full circle, knowing, right? When we're born, we only have two fears. We have the fear of we have the fear of loud noises, and we have a fear of falling. So when we go full circle, right, we can let go of, release those fears and move back into our light, move back into our brilliance, move back into that space of knowing just how amazing and valuable we are. And Spirit really is wanting that to come through here for you during this time and moving forward, that you were not an accident. You are here on purpose. You have this light to shine. You have this space where, you get to go through processes and then have this completion, or you get to go through moments, ebbs and flows, and have a completion and move back into that remembrance of who you truly are. Again, you are not here by accident. You are meant to be here. You have gifts, you have energies, you have light, you have brilliance, you have so much to give to the world, okay? Now you also have with that the Queen of Pentacles. Excuse me, very interesting energy here. This is energy of really Spirit coming through here with this kind of comforting, nurturing energy, this reminder, this message specifically for you, that you are here for a reason, that you have great impact within this world. There are no accidents, and you definitely aren't an accident coming through, right? Your Spirit is coming through with such strong energy here, this energy of nurturing, this energy of caring, this energy of comfort, really, really wanting you to know that you always have Spirit, and Spirit always has your back. Your brilliance is meant to shine. You are here to make an impact. Now, how big that impact is really depends on what choices you make, or what decisions you make, or what actions you take, or what movements you make. Sometimes that impact is big within our own world, our own reality, and sometimes that impact is big within the world at large. And whatever impact you are here to make is just right for you. And how do you know what that impact is? What are you feeling? What are the little nudges that you're getting? What are the inspired actions that you get? What is it? For some of us, it is to open a cafe in our community and really love on and really, feed well the people in our community. For others of us, it's a little bit bigger, and it doesn't matter the size, because what is right for you is what is right for you, okay? Now, with that, you also have the Seven of Swords coming in here, and that Seven of Swords energy is this energy of or the message that's coming through from Spirit specifically for you with this energy is not to allow yourself to be tricked, not to allow yourself to forget your brilliance, your light, how amazing you are, that you are here for a purpose, that you do have an impact to make in this world. Don't be tricked into looking at things that are kind of below you, or things that are working to pull you down. Stay within your light, stay within your brilliance, stay within that energy of knowing that there are times when things feel a little bit difficult, a little bit of a struggle maybe can be coming through, a little bit of darkness perhaps, and those times come and go. There is that ebb and flow, but if you can stay more towards that energy of the light, that energy of remembering your brilliance and tuning into, and that energy of the impact that you are here to make, who you are and how precious and valuable you are, then you have there's a less chance for you to be tricked into looking at things that are not true for you, or true at all, right? That there's a less chance that you'll be moved into situations, places, spaces, events, people, or gatherings, or where you're around people, or you have relationships or partnerships, what have you, with other people that can drag you down. Because when you remember who you are, when you remember that you just came, you were just born, right? You came to earth, or you were born with just two fears, you can really look the other fears in the face and you can do it anyway, right? It does take strength, but don't be tricked into other stuff. Spirit really wants this specific message coming through. You're not an accident. You are meant to be here during this time, during everything that is going on, to make an impact, okay? You are meant to be here. Don't be tricked into believing anything else. All right, let's see what else Spirit has for you here. Dream talk. Your subconscious mind constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. So, really paying attention to your dreams. Your dreams have so many messages for you. A lot of times, as this indicates, it's through signs, symbols, messages, and more. Sometimes it can feel difficult to decipher those dreams. Sometimes it can feel difficult to understand, why was that person in my dream, or who was that person? Where was this even at? What was even going on? What am I to take from this? If you can write down the dreams that you remember when you wake up, even if it's just bits and pieces or signs or symbols or a message that comes through, those can really, really create or have an impact on you once you begin to understand. Sometimes, right when you wake up, there isn't an understanding. And sometimes, right when you wake up from a dream or from sleeping, there is insane confusion. Believe me, I know. And, I do dream analysis, so I do know that there can be a lot of confusion. There can be a lot. Sometimes there can even be a little bit of fear and that not understanding what it meant or what it is. But if you can write it down, there tends to be instances or times throughout maybe the day or the coming week or weeks where things begin to kind of fit together. But a lot of times, what I tend to notice myself anyway is if I don't write it down right when I wake up, and this could be at 3 a.m., it could be at 9 a.m., it could be at whatever time, right? Having a dream journal next to you, sometimes it doesn't make sense. And then as I go through, the day or the weeks, however resonates right there, then it begins to fall into place. But if I don't do it right away, pieces can begin to disappear even more. So really, really pay attention, because you're always receiving. You are always receiving, whether it is in your waking hours or your dream time, right? You are always receiving. When you're asking for guidance, for support, when you're asking for answers, when you're asking how, you're always receiving, okay? You are always receiving. So paying attention to writing down, looking at everything, signs, symbols, there's messages coming through, is really going to be beneficial for you. And Spirit really wants you to know that there is that communication coming through. When you say, or when you ask, why isn't this happening for me? Why am I not getting the signs? Or you are always receiving. You just have to pay attention to how it comes through. Sometimes this is an easy way, or feels easier, for Spirit to communicate with you, or your ancestors or your guides, right? To communicate with you. But you have to be willing to pay attention, and yes, and to be willing to write it down and or decipher it, because oftentimes it doesn't come through in the images or that sort of thing. There is those symbols, and we need to make out what it is, okay? That can feel difficult, but you can do it. All right, now with that, you also have the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So you see, with that, oh, excuse me, the Five of Wands, I thought it looked like the Nine of Wands when I first looked at it. Interesting that the Nine of Wands energy was trying to come through here. With that Five of Wands energy, sometimes it can feel difficult, right? And we just spoke about that, interpreting or noticing the signs, or interpreting the signs, deciphering what is coming through, or the messages. And we just need to sit with that, right? There can be lots of different things that can be coming through with that Seven of Cups. And we need to just sit with it. Sometimes we need to just sit with one little thing, right? One little thing. Perhaps you had birds come through. Or I'll tell you one of my specific ones that used to happen, but it doesn't anymore. I used to dream about having to go back to school all of the time, and not college, more like high school or middle school. I used to dream that I hadn't finished a class or didn't finish certain credits, right? And had to go all the way back, right, to middle or high school. I completed college years ago, all of that, but having to go back to those. And what came through for me was that there was still some emotion or still some potential triggers from my formative school years that I still needed to work out. And once I did, right, once I did, we don't realize how we bring stuff with us. But once I did, then I didn't have, or I don't have those dreams anymore. So really sitting with, right, there can be many things, but once you figure out what it is, it can open up that space where there's not that conflict or that feeling of confusion or that feeling of, having that difficulty within the energy, right? Or the tension within the energy or the messages. Spirit really wants you to know that. And then you also have the Emperor. And this is what Spirit wants to come through as kind of your guidance for these messages, these very specific messages for you that Spirit has brought through here, is this Emperor energy. This is the energy of focus. Focus on your light. Focus on the messages. Focus on all that you actually are receiving, instead of saying, oh, I never get answers to my prayers. I never see any signs. I never see any messages. It never comes through, because Spirit is saying that's a bunch of crud or BS that you are always receiving. So really, really pay attention and focus and see, you will see that there is that information that is always coming through. Spirit also wants you to remain very ambitious, right? Very ambitious on going after what it is that you want. Very ambitious on receiving, right? And being open to receiving. Sometimes we can block things off, and Spirit is indicating to remain ambitious on that receiving and noticing and paying attention to the fact that you are in fact always receiving. Okay, you are not here for an accident, you or by accident. You are here on a purpose. Spirit is very much coming through here with this energy of kind of, now this isn't with this Emperor energy, it's not really male female gender specific. It's about the energy, but it's coming through as very fathering energy. Now whatever you assign to Spirit, to divine, to higher self, to God, is true and right for you. The Emperor is coming through here with fathering energy, like, really caring energy, really loving energy. And this energy is really creating this or, this this energy of being irrational, being stable, being very, authoritative, but in this energy, not controlling. Spirit just really wants you to understand that you are always receiving, that you have this big impact to make on the world, and that you are not here by accident. You're not. So don't be tricked. Pay attention, notice your brilliance, tune into that, remember that. For some of you, the light that you have to shine in the world, the messages that are always coming through science, through symbols, through, it could be the radio, it could be other people's conversations, it could be just something that you hear even on the TV, or even a commercial that catches your attention there, or your dreams. There is always this energy of receiving. You are always receiving, and Spirit just really wants you to know these messages here. So I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors. I'll see you in the next reading.